Interesting.
DraftKings has Jose Aldo at plus 115 and Merab Dvalishvili at minus 135.
Really?
Yeah, favorite.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah,
I
so
think they got it right.
this is a close one though, because
Definitely.
and we've talked about this a little bit before.
Yeah.
Like, if there's anyone who's gonna win standing up, okay, it's gonna be Jose Aldo. We all know this. That's no secret. But Aldo, 3-round Aldo, we know is a tough out because he manages to survive the third round, and like even with Cheeto Vera,
Yeah.
Cheeto was starting to come on, but Aldo neutralized that and said, "Fuck that, I'm taking you down. I'm on your back." Put the body lock triangle on and just rode him out like a pony.
Yeah.
For that whole like 3.5 minutes of that third round.
Yeah.
So
That was smart.
Yeah, that was smart of him. Now he didn't really have to exhaust himself or have to get walked down because by that third round with Piotr Jan, he was slowing down. Third round with Marlon Moraes, he was slowing down. But I will say of late he's looked better. 5 rounds with Rob Font. Rob Font was touching him up except when Jose dropped him. 1-2, right hand moneymaker, and 3-2, right hand moneymaker sat him down. So again, this is one of those things. I think Merab just has to be busier. Don't hang out on the inside and give him an opportunity, even though Merab's gonna be better inside, but don't hang out on the inside like just in the pocket.
Yeah.
Use your footwork, use your feints.
You mean like in terms of exchanging, not inside the octagon?
Well,
I'm trying to
definitely
clarify.
Inside the octagon.
Yeah, okay.
You have
That's
to,
what-
you
that's
have
what
to
I
be
meant,
inside the
yeah.
octagon.
Yeah.
I hope one is
no,
not
I
on the
meant-
outside
I'm-
circling.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
But not like there's a danger zone where someone can hit you, where you know I can touch you, like a jab away where I know I could just step in and I'm gonna touch you, versus just having a foot back, one step back, where it's like I can see all your shots coming. That's where Merab needs to be, utilizing his feints, his footworks, his entries for his takedowns, and making the illusion of pressure and going forward and cutting him off, and then making Aldo feel like he needs to be reckless so that he throws something silly and give us an opportunity for an entry. Because that's all it is. Wrestling is tying up and clearing hands, clearing ties, traditional wrestling to get to the leg. So you need to create a shooting lane or a shooting window by opening up the arm, or from hand fighting, or doing something where you get a guy to react and then him raising a window for you to get in. If with the punches, if you could do the same thing, whether I throw a jab and then you throw a right hand and that allows me to slip and step inside for a high crotch, or I throw a right hook and then you try to throw a left hook, I weave my head and I step in and I'm inside on a shot. Shooting window, opportunities. Get
Yes.
Aldo to throw, make him miss, and watch out for his knees. Watch out for his right hand. I think those are his biggest weapons, and a left hook to the body. So striking wise, but I think it's way harder to hit a moving target than it is to hit a Rob Font who's going to be right in front of you, than a Cheeto Vera who's going to be right in front of you. Merab is not going to be right in front of him.
No.
And that's going to be the difference in this fight.
Now, you were talking about Aldo's gas tank. Do you think that it's gonna be different? Like it's gonna go out sooner when he's facing a wrestler like Merab? Because I feel like that will tire him out more.
I think so. Because I think these guys, when you have it in your head that this guy's going to just be looking to wrestle me, you almost tire yourself out. Because it's just that thought of, okay, I got to be ready for the takedown. I got to be ready for the takedown. Like, for me as a wrestler and a BJJ practitioner, I don't give a shit. Like, I know I just need to protect my head when I'm stepping in, make sure I'm covered. The one time I got reckless, and it was the one time I gave no respect to the guy that I was fighting, and I've talked about this at length, was Marlon Moraes, and I just dived in recklessly, no setup whatsoever, and got knocked out. When has that ever happened when I've got even ever remotely close been hit while shooting? Almost never.
So how hard is it to land a knee when someone's going in?
I think if they don't set it up, it's really not that hard.
Because in my opinion, that's the most likely way for Merab to get knocked out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna paint the picture.
Yes.
If I'm fighting a wrestler and their striking is so bad that they just shoot every time, so say every time we spar and they always shoot and they just come forward and they don't really like shoot and chain it up with the striking, which would be the equivalent of hand fighting into a shot. If they just stay on the outside and then they just do this, okay, maybe you get away with it the first time. The second time, maybe the second time. Now I'm timing it. Now I'm either looking uppercut because I know as soon as you get close, you're just gonna shoot. Now I'm looking for the knee. You watch Cub Swanson versus Jose Aldo back at WEC, and a couple of those other fights. And Swanson wasn't looking to shoot, but a lot of those guys that fought Aldo kind of knew they were going to duck their head. He went forward, These guys ducked their head, gave him a little bit of a tell, and then as soon as they come forward again, he just fires the knee right up the middle.
So he had to set it up because he knew how they would react.
Yeah, he saw the reaction and it tells that these guys were giving him.
Okay.
So I think that's the difference. It's really an art, man. Like I still see guys in the UFC that shoot and they get in. I think we were watching the fights last weekend. Oh yeah, it was at the Contenders. And I go, I can never just go in and shoot like that. Not at my level.
Who?
I think it was the kid Jose Johnson. He fought the British kid in the red. They were the flyweights.
I wasn't there.
Oh,
for
you
that
weren't
one.
there? Yeah. It's the flyweights.
Okay.
The 125.
Okay.
Actually, bantamweight.
Okay.
135.
Okay, so one guy was just shooting in.
The brother that won, he was in the blue, and then the English kid who was in the red.
Okay.
So with that, the kid was just diving in on shots and getting this guy down. I'm like, dude, you can't get away with that within the top 5 or even in a championship fight. It just does not happen.
Sure.
It's non-existent. So I think, Merab, we understand this, what we've been game planning for and what we've known about Aldo. The better you can study your opponent and understand them, what their tendencies are and what their main tools are, and the more you can see it in training, I think it does you better. And of course, sometimes it's just not your day, and guys could just land that shot, good placement, good timing, and it could just be the way the fight goes. Hopefully that's not how it goes Saturday night. I really don't think it's gonna go like that. I think Aldo's in for a long 15 minutes, and I think once Merab gets that first takedown and starts to do some damage, he's gonna be like, dude, what the fuck? This kid is literally like a Tasmanian devil.
And he won't ever slow down.
And he won't ever slow down.
That's gotta suck, man.
Yeah.
So
you've seen us spar, bro. By the third round, I'm like, I have to get in shape to spar with Merab for his fight game. Like, I won't just spar him 3 rounds just because he wants me. I'm like, no, dude, like, this is not happening.
It just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense for me. It doesn't make sense for you because you're not gonna get anything out of kicking my ass for 1.5, maybe even 2 rounds. Like 10 minutes of just whooping my ass because I'm tired. Doesn't do you any favors. So let me get in shape a little bit, and now I can give you a realistic push. And if anything, I could give you at least 2 hard rounds, and maybe that 3rd round halfway through, I start to fade. And I think that's what I was able to do, give him some real pushes, give him real stand-up looks, go into his body trying to dig, and keeping him honest.
But you still make him work for the takedown.
Still make him work for the takedown.
Which is going to help him a lot.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone's going to be a harder guy to take down than you, that he's going to fight.
But people are going to say, oh, Jose Aldo is one of the hardest guys to take down. I'm like, you guys are these stat rats. I'm just like, shut up, man.
Yeah.
Just stop, please. It's all about styles that make fights.
Yeah. But then he hasn't fought you guys.
Yeah. He hasn't fought a Ricky Simone. He hasn't fought myself. He hasn't fought a Merab.
I mean, he's basically fought all strikers since he got to bantamweight.
Outside of Frankie Edgar. And Frankie Edgar, I wouldn't even call him a wrestler, bro.
He just has wrestling.
He has a wrestling, D1 level wrestling. But, Oh, he fought Chad Mendes, but how often did Chad try to take him down? Just the first fight. And the second fight was all kickboxing, you know? Mm-hmm. Which was fun to watch, don't get me wrong. Like I watched that all day long. That was a great fight. You could rewatch that fight anytime and be like, this was a war. But, and he just has that wrestler toughness. But I think for Frankie Edgar, he's more of a knee tap guy and not really like, I'm looking to shoot and really double underhook, not double underhook, double leg you or single leg, run the pipe into a double. He's not really wrestling like that. Even though in a wrestling match, he could do that. But his MMA wrestling just was never like that. Right. And I think that's the difference.
I have a question. Do you think that, how do you, okay, so Jose cuts a lot of weight. He's very muscular. Yeah. And he's very shredded.
I touched his shoulder after he beat Font. Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Like
a cinder block, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, I hope that's what I feel like, because that don't feel normal.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Those guys who are super dense and lean and big, they tire out quicker?
I was going to say gas tank.
Yes.
I was wondering if that's where you were going with it. I think so. And like even for me, like trust me, and I'm always in good shape, I make sure, but I think we have more of a harder time to get the oxygen to our muscles.
Yeah. The people with the best endurance if you look at the extremes, like the athletes with the best endurance don't have a lot of muscle. And the athletes with the most muscle don't have a lot of endurance. Like that's just kind of like when you look at the extrees.
The extremes, yeah. I was gonna say,
I'm not talking about
just a little different.
I'm not just talking about UFC though, but I'm just saying
exactly.
Like, the people who dedicate their lives to getting good endurance, they don't put on a lot of muscle.
Yeah, like even Michael Phelps, he don't look like Costa, he don't look like
No.
Rockhold.
And the guys who look like Costa don't usually have the best gas tanks hidden historically.
Yeah.
So
That's why sometimes like I try not to even lift as much. I do more like lightweight, higher repetitions.
your shit's like almost CrossFit.
Yeah, and a lot
Yeah.
of isometrics because I'm so fast twitch. I need to make sure I can be fast twitch for the entire duration of 15 or 25 minutes. And yeah, that's why this one is very interesting because Merab is jacked, but he's not like Jose Aldo who shredded. But maybe if Merab had a tan, maybe he would look a little more jacked.
I think
'Cause he is
Jose
kinda
Aldo loses every ounce of body fat to get to 135. I think Merab would do that to get to 125.
True.
Like Merab still has body fat, even though he's very lean. Like when you get to the fight, you have nothing left on your body.
Oh yeah, I'm like
There's a difference.
4%, maybe even less.
Merab's a
than that.
true like bantamweight, honestly.
Yeah.
Jose is bigger, but that's why I think he's gonna. I don't think people keep saying it's in Jose's advantage because it's a 3-round fight, but I still don't think his gas tank's gonna last with Merab.
It is more.
It's better than a 5-round fight.
It's better than a 5-round fight. I wouldn't say it's to his advantage.
I still don't think that's gonna save him. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. And the other thing is, I don't even think these guys even realize we're fighting in Salt Lake City.
Yes.
4,200 feet in elevation. Las Vegas is 2,000 square feet. 2,000 feet elevation.
Yeah. So you're basically Merab's used to being at elevation or at a higher elevation,
Yeah.
and I don't know where Jose Aldo lives, but
You know, I actually want to check that. He's King of Rio, right? I think he's still training.
Does he
in Rio
live
de
there?
Janeiro.
do you know? Rio. So what's that? A beach?
It's pretty much the beach. But I'm just curious to know what their altitude even is. It says 7. There's no way it's 7, right? 7 feet? That's crazy. If that's really true, it says the highest elevation there is 1,000.
But there is a beach there, right?
Yeah.
So it's at sea level.
Yeah, it's pretty much sea level.
So I don't know how much of a difference that makes. Do you think
he's
it
gonna
does?
be fighting at elevation? He's not fighting at sea level. If he was fighting at sea level, but okay, he's fighting where he's gonna be competing at anyway, and where he's been training.
So you think like does I don't know. Does the 4,000 make a huge difference?
I think so. The air is way thinner here.
Is it?
Yeah, you're gonna be way more dehydrated.
Like I haven't noticed it personally.
I'm pasty as my mouth right now feels like.
Interesting. Now that you mention it, so does mine.
City, man, they go through 9-10 buckets alone. Guys growing up because of the altitude.
Where's it?
Jeez.
Mexico City.
Oh, Mexico. Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Wow.
It's serious. One more time again, Jose Aldo's a plus 115 underdog, and Merab, the machine, Davalishvili, is a minus 135 favorite. DraftKings Sportsbook. I think that's pretty much it on them.
What's your prediction?
I think Merab finishes him in the second round, kind of similar to what he did with Marlon Moraes.
I think 3rd round finish.
Third?
Yeah. I think
I can see that too.
I
but
think he
I'm
gasses
going
out.
for second.
I actually think even Jose could win the 1st round, but he's gonna be gassed after the
Yeah.
1st round. That's my prediction.
Just-
Just seeing Merab train, like it was like when I watched you train, I was like, there's nobody who can defend this guy's takedown. That's how I
Yeah.
thought about you. What I see Merab, I'm like, 1, no one can defend his takedown, and 2, no one can keep his pace.
Yeah.
So
Full disclosure, he came to New York before my Jan fights, the rematch, and he came in thinking I was gonna lose.
no. I didn't think you were gonna lose. I just didn't know how.
You came in thinking it was
No, I
against
didn't. I never said that to you. Why do you say that? I didn't think you were gonna
can
lose.
be honest.
No, I swear to
You
God.
can be honest.
I was
You
lean.
thought there was a good chance that I was gonna lose.
There was a good chance.
Okay,
of
then.
course.
Yeah, exactly.
But as soon as I saw you do like
8
one puke
rounds.
drill, I was like, this is not the same guy who gassed out in the 2nd round against Peter Yan.
Yeah.
No way. Cause
And I was doing that shit the first camp. It was like trying to tell people, I'm like, dude, you guys have no idea. I'm in shape.
I wasn't
didn't
on
rehydrate.
the Peter Yan bandwagon. I was like, I defended you on TikTok. When I made my TikToks, I would be like, yo, I think
AljamainStorm.com.
don't sleep on Aljo.
Give me your tears, baby. All you.
I'm
freaking Jan
gonna
fans,
pull
keep
up
crying.
TikToks and show you. I'm be like, don't sleep on Aljo.
That's fair. I respect that.
I was like, this is the guy who taps Corey in under 3 minutes, under 2 minutes.